how can we navigate a feeling of distraction because we have too many things to do on one's mind? Put another way, how should one handle a desire to commit too many things?
Desire to commit too many things.
Desire to commit too many things.
Multitasking.
Yes,
Yes,
that's right.
if you have many things to do, then it is difficult to concentrate. So I even don't know what to say, because in meditation you need to go slow and measured. So while you are having so much work to do, you can be just mindful of the work at hand. And you can practice meditation at maybe a 1 hour a day or something where you are peaceful and you have no more work to do. So you can sit either early morning or late night or whatever. When you are perfectly happy and settled down, then you can do meditation. Otherwise, when you have so many things to do, I think what you can do is to do it as mindfully as possible, without getting distracted, without thinking of anything else, but only the work at hand. So you do a good job, but of course then you can't do meditation during that, but you can be mindful, extremely mindful of the work at hand. Okay?
According to the Dhamma, how can I
Yeah.
explain to a young parent the condition of their child with cancer and at times with little hope of recovering?
Now this is the doctor who is asking.
Yes, Bhikkhuni.
How to tell the parent that the child is having cancer? Of course, I don't even know how to do that. I think doctor knows best how to say it. Well, you have to face the facts sooner or later. So better to tell them, I think. You can't say anything other than the truth. So you have to be mild, but tell them in a way not to worry, but that it is a cancer. You have to tell that.
Yes. Okay. Please explain samma samadhi.
Please explain samma samadhi. Okay,
Yes.
samma samadhi is one of the eightfold path, the last of the eightfold path, and actually it is the concentration of the mind according to the satipatthana. Now, some samadhi may mean just pure concentration. Samadhi may mean going up to jhana. That was prevalent before the Buddha. They all took to samadhi in the sense they developed higher jhanas, but that was only a high concentration, and they were born into the Brahma world, but they never realized Nibbana. So here the Buddha says this concentration must be according to the satipatthana, samma sati. So if one can concentrate on kaya-anupassana, that is body contemplation, or vedana-anupassana, feeling contemplation, or chitta-anupassana, mind contemplation, or dhamma-anupassana, mental objects, then in any one of those, you are eating satipatthana. Then that concentration is what is with wisdom for realization. So, for Madhapala, the Samadhi is the concentration according to the satra satipatthana, the four foundations of mindfulness. Okay? So you can become concentrated just thinking about the body, the inside the body, or the movements of the body, or any aspect that Satipatthana gives many means, the dead body or something about the body, or the mind, or feelings. You can concentrate on that, one of those. Any one of those, if you get, then you get into samadhi. That is what is necessary for realization. Okay, not pure concentration and then going into jhana. Okay.
In Buddhism,
Yeah, I can hear.
Ego or adi and hina manya are mental defilements. Sometimes helps to do good karma, but most of the time to do bad karma. How can we deal with this mental defilement and how can we eliminate it?
Definitely, you can do kusala and akusala with the ego, or with selfishness, or with pride and conceit. All of it is one bunch. So, you can do kusala and you can do akusala both, and that is why you never can become enlightened, because the ego, the pride, conceit and all that is there. So the Buddha, then you become one in the samsara. So for the good or the bad you have done, you will get life after life, rebirth, and continuous living in samsara. That's why the Buddha says at the very beginning of Paticca Samuppada, avidya patya sankara. It means due to ignorance, people make karma. Sankara is karma, both good and bad. So, with ignorance, you make good and bad karma, which is conducive to samsara, that is to rebirth. So, that kind of thing, so it is with full ego, you can do good things, you can do bad things, and then you are held up in samsara. But giving up those defilements such as ego, me, I, mine, and selfishness, and self assertion, and pride, and conceit, all those things must be got rid of in the process of going the Eightfold Path. That is the difficult thing to do. So, Eightfold Path is a gradual learning process or practicing process where you get samadhi, samma sankappa and all that. Samadhi, the right view means really that there is no me, I and mine, that the body and the mind do not belong. The body we got from parents, and the mind is from the previous life that has got. So there is a mind and body component. None of it is working according to your wish and will. So therefore, this idea of me and I and mine is not relevant to the person, because his mind is different, changing all the time, and body is changing all the time, and he has no control over his thinking or over his physical being. It grows old and it takes its own course, and the mind is so unwieldy. It changes faster than the body. It's supposed to be 17 times faster than the body change. So, unless you work with that and start with the right view, which you have to assume as nothing belongs, then it is easy to tackle the prides and conceits. Then if you practice metta, in the second one is right thinking. Right thinking is predominantly metta, loving kindness. Metta, mano karma, vachi karma, kaya karma. So that is necessary to give up this ego. You must think in metta and speak in metta and breathe metta. So you never hurt anybody. And you're always kind and generous to the world. Little by little you understand that this ego and selfishness is really not right. Then you give it up. So it's a gradual process, starting from right view and understanding that the mind and the body are not me and mine, that they have their own way of changing. They change all the time. And then which mind is my mind? Which body is my body? The body that was in the mother's womb, or the body now, or the dead body, or what? Which of it is my body? None of it. All of it has been changing. And which is my mind? So many times my mind changes in a moment. So which mind can you say is my mind? So to begin with, if you get that theory well settled, that my mind is not me and body is not me, and I have no ownership of any of it, then it is easy for you to go the way, and then very soon if you have so much metta and you cultivate metta in the mind and metta in speech and action, so little by little, this idea of conceit and pride and ego will disappear. Okay?
Another question has come up. It's to do with what is going on today in the world. There's a lot of talk and tension about fighting for justice. For example, against racism. Is it, the question is, as Buddhists, do we have an obligation to fight for justice, or is it okay to focus on meditation and our inner attainments?
Justice, where is the justice in this world? Justice is just a word. There is no justice at all. It was never there. It will be never in the future. People never get what they deserve. Now, for instance, say I am a mother. I have done so much for my children from the time they were born or even before. What do I get in return? What justice is there? So when the university monks used to go round and round asking for their IQ, well, I don't know what word.
Rights.
So then I used to say, right, yes. Then I said, what is the right you have? You go to the university, you have come here, go to the library and well, study, that's the right you have. What else do you have here? So they laugh. There are no rights. Only thing is, there is a human feeling that we must understand that, how to respect people, how to, that of course all, even the ordinary person knows. But the Buddha went one step further and he said, give up the ego totally, and there is no question of justice in this world. Those days the women were downtrodden and there was no justice at all. The Brahmins and I don't know what you mean by justice. It is just I don't think we have any right to talk about justice. There is no justice in this world. Okay, that's how I feel.
Sadhu, sadhu. Thank you, Bhikkhuni. Is there any specific anything in the text or anywhere where this kind of situation has happened and how the Buddha has advised?
Yeah, there is a code of Vinaya rules. So according to that, they have to live in a community. So in the community, they have to follow the code of rules that is called Vinaya. And there are about 227 rules for men, for the monks, and 300 rules for nuns. So because they have to live in a community, they cannot trespass each other's rights and privileges. That is a local situation that is only meant for that community. And even in ordinary social life, there is a code of justice. People have to dress proper, they have to talk proper, they have to go to a wedding house in the proper way, to go to a funeral house in another way. Like that, there is a code of conduct. That is normal. That is, of course, man-made, but that is just for worldly reckoning. That is not for the understanding or realization of the Dhamma. But that is the base. Actually, when you say sila, it means discipline in speech and action. So the Buddha covers that when he says sila. So that means you have to be disciplined in your speech, disciplined in all your actions. That is, you cannot trespass on anybody. You have to be very careful. So I don't know whether I have answered that question.
That's fine, Bhikkhuni. Thank you. Sadhu, sadhu. Lobha or craving gives us a pleasant feeling than dosha or anger. How can we identify lobha in context of aswada, adinawa and nissarana?
Aswada is obviously enjoyment of sensual pleasure. So that is always connected with lobha because there is no end. When you have one good feeling, you want another and another and another. And then that asking for more is aswada, and also enjoyment, and also craving. It is a steeping craving, all aswada. Adinawa is to understand the price you have to pay for craving. Because when you want good things in life, you have to pay the price. That means you have to sacrifice your money, time, all that to maintain good feelings. So that is adinawa. If you consider all that, you will find that aswada is little compared to what the adinawa is, the price you have to pay. You have to pay a whole lifetime, sacrifice your whole lifetime to get this little aswada. So to get sensual pleasure, you have to work morning, noon, and night. You have to go to work, earn money, maintain, and all this. That is adinawa, the price you have to pay. Then nissarana is that it is no refuge, because how much you pay, how much you work for it, still you may not get the amount of satisfaction you expect. So that is the nissarana. That means it is of no use because it has little pleasure and a lot of hard work. That is called nissarana. You can't depend on that. It's no refuge. So sensual pleasure, in other words, It's a lot of hard work and to get. It is difficult to get sensual pleasure, difficult to maintain, and difficult to lose. So in the long run, it has no refuge. It's just a blind end. Okay?
Sadhu, sadhu. Thank you, Bhikkhuni. The next question is also related to lobha. How can we live in this world with minimum lobha thoughts?
Without any lobha, you can't stay. Instead of lobha, if you substitute metta, you can live any amount. Lobha is selfish, wanting me, I, mine, my satisfaction, myself. That is lobha. Because you do things expecting a big return. So, if you do that all your life, then that means you have lobha. Lobha, and then you can get out of it. You want to give little and get more. It's a business. Lobha is a business. You want to love. If you love me only, I love you. If you don't love me, I don't love you. So that is, you expect returns in lobha. But in metta, it's just the opposite. You do so much for the world, in speech, action, thinking, without expecting returns. So metta is kusala. You still can work any amount, do things for others with kindness, with love, with respect, with metta. Metta means all of it. Sabda, with confidence. So you do so much for others, but you don't expect returns. But they come all the time. Actually, you get more returns. If I have to speak about myself, when I left my family, I thought I am nothing. But then now, I thought I would be on the road. No. Now, the whole world, there are children, my friends and children all over the world. I can go and stay in any one of those houses. They are very ready to accommodate me. Now, see, I have not lost. So that if I was selfish and I only wanted to look after my family, I have only them. I don't have any one of you. So, giving up with metta is so conducive to happiness. You don't have to have tanha at all. You can always do things without expecting returns. The returns come. That's the beauty of it. The more you leave, let go, the more you get. That is very funny but true. That's what I always feel. I have given up, but then how much I have got? I have got so many of you. Maybe there are 10 doctors who will attend on me. I don't have to pay a cent. Isn't that a wonderful gain for me? So actually I have not lost. I have the family also. They are also there. They also look after me. So, but giving up means gaining so much. But giving up is metta. Not giving up with anger and hatred. So, tanha is just attached and you expect more. For little services, you expect big returns. So that tanha is a business. But metta is pure loving kindness in all actions. So this is kusala. Metta is kusala. Tanha is akusala. Okay?
What is meant by sahel jivitayak as referred to in the Karaniya Metta Sutta?
Yes, sahel jivitayak. Not weighty. That is to be satisfied with little. Now, that Mrs. Marcos had some 100,000 pairs of shoes. So, if you have so many things, then you have to maintain those things. But if you have one pair of shoes, you just maintain only that pair. So, sahel means it is a you are not down, weighted down. Because you have few wants and you have everything that you really need and not that what you crave for. But you have minimum needs. The Buddha says to the monks, you go about like the birds, carrying. The birds don't carry anything. They carry only the weight of their wings. Just like that, free. Don't carry huge burdens wherever you go. So like that, to be satisfied with the truth. So you are not carrying weight all the time. So you are having only a few things to take, the minimum that you want, not the maximum. So that is what is meant by being satisfied by little. That is what is meant by living easy. Okay?
How does karma we have done in one life pass on to the next life? Is all our past karma connected to that single rebirth consciousness or patisandhi vijnana?
Yeah, I think patisandhi vijnana never has a break. As soon as you die, that vijnana arises and passes away in the dead body. Then the next in succession arises and passes away in the new medium, in the birth consciousness. Again they arise and pass away. They are a continuous, what can I say, it is a continuous generation, like the mother and the daughter. Now see, there is a mother, she gives birth to a daughter, and then the mother dies. Then the daughter becomes a mother, and she gives birth to a daughter, and the mother dies. So that daughter becomes a mother, like that. The mother is not the daughter is not the mother, but they belong to the same generation. So this karmic generation arises, passes away. It's not one thing, it is a series, and then at death it stops, and it starts immediately in birth. And then it is continued. That means all our samsaric karma are carried in this one generation of consciousness. Okay? Birth consciousness, death consciousness, and then it is carried on again and again in this life. And in the past life, they all come in line. Of course, there is no such thing as it being accumulated or something like in the computer you want your memory or something. It's not accumulated, but it arises when the causes and conditions are there. It gives vipaka. If the causes and conditions are not there, it doesn't give vipaka. So, when you are born into the human world, there are many causes and conditions. Sometimes they are good and then only the good vipaka comes. Sometimes they are not good, then the bad vipaka comes. So it is conditioned the way vipaka or the results of actions arise. So actions are there, innumerable, unthinkable. But they only give rise to vipaka or result when the cause and condition is right. Okay?
Sadhu, sadhu. Okay, Bhikkhuni. Could you please explain what is satra samyak pradhanaya?
The four great efforts. Pannanam, papakanam, akusalanam, like that there are. Whenever the akusala or the unwholesome states of mind arise, then you must know how to deal with that. That needs effort. Now there is anger in my mind. Now there is pride in my mind. Now there is jealousy like that, or selfishness, or ego, or something. So when akusala or unwholesome states arise in the mind, you have to be aware of it and use your effort. That is the first effort, to come down, to see it and get rid of it. So that is one effort. Then you have to cultivate good. And then to cultivate good means like, say, always being mindful of what you are doing, or having loving kindness in your mind all the time. That kind of thing is cultivating good. So you have to use your a lot of effort to do the right thing, to do the correct thing, to do the good thing, the wholesome thing. So for wholesome speech, wholesome action, wholesome thinking, all of it needs effort. So once you have raised wholesome thinking, then you have to maintain that and increase it and develop it. That also needs effort. So there are four kinds. That is to get rid of anger or unwholesome states of mind. It needs effort. And not allow unwholesome things to raise its head again and again. That needs effort. Then to cultivate good things, it needs effort. And to continue to increase and develop the good thing, then also you need those other four efforts necessary. That is called satra, samma, pradhana, virya. Okay?